Scorpio, she's coming. You know who I'm talking about. That person who always finds a way to show up in your life at your most vulnerable moments. Who knocks on your door with a new story, a different excuse, an urgent need that only you can solve. She smiles as she enters, but you feel something cold creep up your spine. Your instincts scream that something isn't right, but your rational mind tries to silence this internal alarm that never fails. Today, I'm going to show you exactly who this person is and why they pose the greatest threat to everything you've built in your life. I'm not talking about physical danger. I'm talking about something much worse. I'm talking about someone who feeds on your life energy, who drains your strength without you realizing it, who plants seeds of doubt and chaos in your moments of peace. Someone who turns your sacred refuge into an invisible battlefield. You've felt it, haven't you? After she leaves, you feel exhausted in a way you can't explain, as if someone has sucked an essential part of you dry, as if your home, once your sanctuary, now carries a heavy energy that takes days to dissipate, as if you're a little less yourself with each visit. And worst of all, she always comes back. She always finds a reason to be in your life, an excuse to cross your threshold, a way to infiltrate your most intimate space. Scorpio, your intuition is never wrong, never. Every time you felt that sinking feeling in your stomach when you saw her name pop up on your phone, you were receiving a divine warning. Every time your entire body tensed when she said she urgently needed to talk to you, your soul was screaming, danger. Every time you felt the urge to make up an excuse not to open the door, your higher self was trying to protect you from a destructive force you couldn't yet fully comprehend. But today you will understand, because the time has come for you to see beyond the mask she wears, beyond the sweet words and convenient tears. The time has come for you to recognize that not everyone who knocks on your door comes in peace. Some come to steal, and what she wants to steal from you is more valuable than any material possession. Your vital energy, your peace of mind, your ability to trust your own perception. For years, you've probably wondered if you were being paranoid, if you were misjudging her intentions. Maybe you've even felt guilty about the dark thoughts you had about someone who always presents herself as a victim, as someone who needs your help, your compassion, your embrace. But what if I told you those thoughts weren't dark? They were clairvoyant. What if I told you your distrust wasn't paranoia, it was protectiveness? What if I told you you're not being cruel in wanting to keep her away, you're being wise? Scorpio, you were born with an inner radar that detects falsehood from miles away. It's a rare and powerful gift that most people lack. While others are fooled by fake smiles and convincing stories, you sense the real energy behind the words. You can tell when someone is lying, even when the lie is subtle. You sense when someone has ulterior motives, even when they're well hidden. And most importantly, you sense when someone is trying to manipulate you, even when the manipulation is disguised as need or vulnerability. This person, who should no longer enter your home, knows this gift of yours, and they've developed specific strategies to confuse your radar. They've studied you. They've learned which words stir your emotions. They've discovered which situations arouse your compassion. They've mapped your emotional weak points and used this information against you. They're not an ordinary person who simply doesn't fit in with you. They're an emotional predator who has chosen you as their prey. And the reason she chose you is simple. Scorpios like you possess an intense and magnetic life force. You're like emotional and spiritual powerhouses. For people who feed off the energy of others, you're an irresistible feast. She senses your intensity, your depth, your ability to feel and live on layers most people don't even imagine exist, and she wants a piece of that for herself. When you allow them into your home, you're not just opening your door, you're opening your energy field. Your home is an extension of your soul. It's where you recharge, where you process your deepest emotions, where you connect with your most authentic self. When someone with predatory intentions enters this sacred space, they contaminate everything. They leave energetic traces that you feel for days, weeks, sometimes months. Have you ever noticed how certain areas of your home feel different after she leaves? as if something has shifted in the vibration of the space, as if an invisible weight has been placed on the furniture, the walls, the very air you breathe. This isn't just your imagination. It's actual energetic evidence of an invasion that occurred at the most subtle level of reality. For Scorpios born between October 23rd and November 2nd, this person likely appears as someone who always needs advice, but never takes it. They drain your emotional energy by making you feel responsible for their problems, but they never truly want solutions. They just want your attention and energy focused on them. For those born between November 3rd and 12th, they may come disguised as a loyal friend, but they always have something negative to say about other people in your life, trying to isolate you and make you increasingly dependent on them. And for Scorpios born between November 13th and 21st, this person may appear as someone who greatly admires you, but subtly undermines your self-confidence with seemingly innocent comments that make you question your own capabilities. But regardless of how it manifests in your life, the pattern is always the same. It arrives when you're vulnerable, stays long enough to drain your energy, and then leaves you drained and confused. And it always comes back, because emotional predators never abandon a source that's still providing what they need. The mask she wears is perfect. She can be the concerned friend, the needy relative, the supportive neighbor, the understanding colleague. She knows exactly what role to play to awaken your compassion and lower your defenses. But behind this mask lies something very different from what she presents. There's a cold, calculating intelligence that sees you not as a person, but as a resource. Not as a friend, but as a source of emotional energy to be exploited. Scorpio, remember the last time you felt truly at peace in your own home? It was probably during a time when it wasn't present in your life. Remember how good it felt to wake up without that heavy feeling in your chest, without that anxious anticipation that your phone might ring at any moment with another episode of hers. Remember how wonderful it was to come home knowing it was truly your refuge, not a place where you had to be constantly on guard. This peace was no coincidence. It was the natural result of removing a toxic influence from your personal energy. And if you're missing that peace now, it's because it managed to infiltrate your space again. It's because you, in your natural kindness and genuine compassion, gave it another chance. And it used that opportunity to re-establish its energetic tentacles in your life. There's a crucial difference between helping someone who's genuinely struggling and being exploited by someone who specializes in appearing vulnerable to manipulate others. A person who truly needs help accepts it, is grateful, improves their situation, and moves on. An emotional predator never improves, never solves their problems, never stops needing you, because their goal was never to solve anything. It was to create an emotional dependency that they can exploit indefinitely. When you finally recognize this, when you finally see through the mask, a deep and righteous anger rises within you. It's not anger for who she is. Emotional predators exist and are part of human reality. The anger is for allowing your compassion to be used against you, for ignoring your instincts to avoid appearing cruel, for giving someone access to your most sacred space when your whole being was screaming that they didn't deserve that honor. But this anger, when processed correctly, transforms into powerful wisdom, a crystal clear clarity about who deserves access to your life and who doesn't, an iron determination to protect your energy and your space as the treasure they truly are, a deep understanding that true compassion sometimes means saying no, setting boundaries, refusing to participate in destructive dynamics. From the moment you decide to no longer allow it into your home, everything changes. Not just on a practical level, but on a deeper energetic level. It's as if you're making a declaration to the universe. I acknowledge my worth. I protect my energy. I honor my sacred space. And the universe responds to this declaration by rearranging the forces around you to support your decision. She'll try to come back, of course. She'll use all the strategies that worked before. She'll present herself as changed, remorseful, and in need. She'll appeal to your shared history, the good times you shared, your compassionate nature. She'll even use other people to intercede for her, to convince you that you're being too harsh, too inflexible, too cruel. But you will resist, because now you know your intuition was right all along, because now you understand that protecting your energy isn't selfish, it's self-love, because now you understand that your home isn't just a physical space, it's an extension of your soul that must be guarded like the sacred temple it truly is. The transformation that occurs when you definitively remove a toxic influence from your life is profound and permanent. It's as if a dense fog you didn't even realize was there finally dissipates, revealing a clarity and lightness you forgot were possible. Your emotions become more your own, your thoughts become clearer, your home truly belongs to you again. And then you realize how many others over the years have gained access to your inner space without deserving it. How many times you've ignored your instincts to avoid appearing paranoid. How many times you've allowed your compassion to be used as a gateway for those who saw you as an opportunity, not as a person. This realization doesn't make you cynical or closed-minded. It makes you selective. It teaches you to distinguish between those who deserve your trust and those who don't. It gives you the courage to honor your instincts, even when it means disappointing someone or facing judgment. It transforms you into a wise guardian of your own energy. Scorpio, your ability to see through people's masks is a superpower, but like any superpower, it needs to be used wisely and courageously. What good is seeing the truth if you don't act accordingly? What good is detecting falsehood if you continue to allow false people access to your life? What good is your intuition if you ignore it to please others or avoid conflict? The person you need to keep away from your home knows your intuitive power and has developed ways to confuse it. They use your compassion against you. They exploit your natural tendency to want to help those who seem in need. They manipulate your inclination to give second chances. And most importantly, they take advantage of your deep desire for authentic connections to create a false intimacy that leaves you vulnerable to exploitation. But now, you know. Now you see. And with that insight comes responsibility. The responsibility to protect not only yourself, but also the example you set for others. When you allow yourself to be exploited, you're not just hurting yourself. You're sending a message to the universe that you accept being treated without respect. You're teaching others that emotional predators can thrive off of you. You're perpetuating a cycle that harms not only you, but everyone around you. The decision to never let this person back into your home is much more than a practical choice. It's a spiritual declaration. It's you taking full control of your energetic life. It's you recognizing that you deserve relationships based on mutual respect, honesty, and genuine reciprocity. It's you choosing quality over quantity in your human connections. And when you make that choice, when you truly commit to it, something magical happens. The right people start showing up in your life. Authentic, nourishing relationships manifest. Opportunities that honor your true worth arise. It's as if by refusing to settle for less than you deserve in one aspect of your life, you raise the bar in every other aspect as well. The energy you spent being drained by this person is now available to create, to love, to grow, to explore your full potential. The peace of mind you lost when you allowed them back into your life is restored and amplified. The personal power they drained from you returns multiplied because you now know how to protect it. Do you remember how you felt before you met her? That feeling of being complete whole, in control of your own energy. That feeling wasn't lost. It was just temporarily obscured by her toxic presence in your life. And when you remove her for good, that feeling returns as a powerful wave of reconnection with yourself. In the coming days, you'll notice signs that she's trying to find a way back. A seemingly innocent text, a casual invitation, a story about how she's in trouble and needs someone who truly understands her. You don't take the bait. Don't let guilt or pity cloud the clarity you now have about who she really is and what she means to you. Each time you resist the temptation to help her one more time, you strengthen your ability to protect your energy. Each time you choose to trust your intuition instead of her words, you honor the deep wisdom that lives within you. Each time you hold your boundaries firm, you become more powerful and freer, and eventually she'll give up. Emotional predators only persist as long as they believe there's a chance of success. When they realize you've truly changed, that you can no longer be manipulated, that your defenses are impenetrable, they look for easier targets. And you'll be free not only from her physical presence, but also from the heavy energy she brought into your life. Scorpio, protecting your home means protecting your soul, because your home is where you rebuild yourself after the challenges of the outside world. It's where you process your deepest emotions. It's where you connect with your most authentic self. When you allow the wrong people into this sacred space, you're contaminating the place where you should be able to be completely vulnerable and authentic. From now on, treat access to your home as the sacred privilege it truly is. Not everyone deserves this privilege. In fact, very few do, and this doesn't make you elitist or arrogant. It makes you wise. It makes you someone who properly values what you have to offer and doesn't allow it to be wasted on people who don't know how to recognize and honor that value. When you live with this clarity, when you protect your energy with this wisdom, your life transforms in ways you never imagined possible. Superficial and toxic relationships are naturally filtered out. Deep, nourishing connections are magnetically drawn in. Your home truly becomes your sanctuary. Your life truly becomes yours. The person who shouldn't enter your home again has already served their purpose in your life. They taught you about emotional predators. They showed you the importance of trusting your intuition. They forced you to develop discernment and healthy boundaries. They made you value the genuine relationships you have even more. And most importantly, they gave you the opportunity to choose your own worth over the approval of someone who never deserved your respect. Now it's time to use these lessons to create a life where only people who honor who you are have access to your inner world, where your compassion is valued, not exploited, where your depth is celebrated, not sucked dry, where your intensity is understood, not feared or manipulated. If this message resonated with you deeply, it's because you recognized its truth. You know exactly who I'm talking about. You feel in your soul that the time has come to make a definitive decision about this person's access to your life. Share in the comments if you're ready for this transformation, if you're prepared to protect your energy like the treasure it is. Subscribe to the channel now, because understanding who you should keep out of your life is just the first step. You also need to learn how to attract the right people, create relationships based on genuine reciprocity, and build a network of connections that nourish rather than drain. Turn on notifications so you don't miss any guidance on how to permanently transform your social life. Remember, your intuition was right all along. This person truly poses a threat to your peace, your energy, and your personal evolution. Don't let them back into your home. Don't allow them access to your sacred space. Protect yourself with the strength and determination every Scorpio possesses when they finally decide it's time to fight for what truly matters, their own energetic and emotional integrity.